It's 5 p.m.
Join Rob and Jerry for a powerhouse weekend on Polkas After Dark as they interview two of the finest polka personalities in the business. Saturday, April 2nd, they'll be talking with D.D. O'Grudney, live from Nashville, Tennessee. Then, on Sunday, April 3rd, they're proud to present the world-famous Jan Levon.
Little disco, little polka, you can sing. Gucci polka, little disco, little
Keep tuned to
polka,
Polkas After Dark, now streaming live on YouTube. For more details to come, it's Polkas After Dark.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're live!
Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, as you guys kind of noted here, Jerry is out of the picture, but just for a couple of minutes because she is doing the makeup and the hair and everything like that, where me, what you see is kind of what you get, I guess. But welcome to Polkas After Dark. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, it's all good. Because you guys are here with us and we're here with you on a Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. And we've got some great music in store for you today and a fantastic interview with Dr. Frank Stetar. Yeah, that's right. Frank Stetar is going to be joining us from the Mon Valley Push, California, Pennsylvania is where he's located. And we're going to be talking to him at about 5:30 this afternoon. So sit back, relax, and listen, or kick your shoes off and dance around the house. And here is a brand new tune off of a brand new, not released yet, from the Mon Valley Push. Here's one called the Versatones Medley. Oh yeah, what a unique tune that is. That's one called the Versatone Medley. They call it Versatones. And what a great tune that is. That's going to be one of the highlights off of their brand new recording, Mon Valley Push, we're talking about. And we're also going to be talking live with Frank Stetar in just a short time. So don't turn your dial, your channel, your internet feed, whatever, to anything else. Keep it right here to Polkas After Dark. Hey, look who just walked in off the street.
I waved.
Ah, you did?
No, I'm beating up the
Oh, you're beating up the microphone. You know, you should kind of like move it in front of you before you go live. Wow. Oh, boy.
I was really at the bar.
Hey, what did you...
I was getting a drink.
Shocker. You? No. Come on.
I needed one.
Hey, let's go ahead and say hello to some people in our chat rooms. Why
We're
don't you?
going to say hi to Alice Fischler, Chris Curtis, Chris Tansky, Ken Jupa, Linda P., Marcia Moscato, over on our broadcast link with a C.
Hi, Gail. That's Kenny's wife.
We have Greg Russo, Mark Schwoger, Jan Dressler, Jerry Romanowski, Kathy Connick. She is from California, PA.
Oh, nice.
Must be a Stetar fan.
No, most definitely. There's a lot of us.
And we have Joseph Wondolowski.
And Joe does a show on Polkas, on Polka Jammer.
We have Rick Beekler and Tommy Hoke with the gang. And Don Ramonzo.
Don Ramonzo. Hey, well, thanks everybody for tuning us in here to Polkas
and Scotch and Donna are with me again over on YouTube.
On YouTube. You know, a lot of people seem to like that YouTube site.
We had a blast there yesterday.
It doesn't skip or it doesn't speed up or slow down. So if you guys are looking for a fantastic alternative, which we use the YouTube feed over on our broadcast link with a C.com.
I'm actually going to copy and paste this over to Facebook.
Oh, there you go. And then they can easily just pop over there, or they can go into our broadcast link or the YouTube site, as I mentioned. Hey, let's go ahead and do another song that is off of that brand new recording. Here's one called Marianne. Here's the sound of Mon Valley Push. Hey, also say hello to Sue Okel and Dolly. Welcome aboard, ladies.
I saved up my money to buy my sweetheart some flowers for her Saturday's date as I restlessly counted the hours. Then today in the mail I received a short little note, and I broke down in sorrow at the message that her mother wrote. Marianne regrets she's unable to see you again. 'cause I read of the faraway places she's been. I can't eat, I can't sleep for over and over again. My mind reads that letter and I cry for my Mary Ann. Mary Ann regrets she's unable to see you again. 'Cause we're leaving for Europe next week. She'll be busy till then. They know that she loves me, but poor boys don't fit in their plans. Goodbye, true love, goodbye, my sweet Mary Ann.
Hey, what a great waltz that is. That was originally recorded by Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones, one called Mary Ann Waltz. And we're sorry about that little snafu. We actually had another song that we were queuing up, and I inadvertently hit the play button at that same time. So let's get another song off of that brand new recording that's going to be released very soon. We're going to talk to Frank here very, very shortly. And in mentioning yesterday, we mentioned it on the broadcast, and we also talked to Frank, and, you know, he said, well, we don't have a name for this as of yet. So I'm anxious to see if he's configured one within the last 24 hours or not. But here's one called Games Polka.
Na 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 na. Talking about you and me and the games people play. Na 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 na. Talking about you and me and the games people play. Saying what they mean. And while they while away the hours in their ivory towers, till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. Na 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 na. Talking about you and me and the games people play. Break our heart as we say goodbye. Cross our heart till we hope to die that the other was to blame. Neither one of us will give in as we encase at our 8 by 10. Think about the things that might have been. It's a dirty, rotten shame. Na 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 na. Talking about you and me and the games people play. 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 Look around and tell me what you see. What's happening to you and me? God, bring me to serenity. You remember who I am. 'Cause you've given me your sanity. For your pride na 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 na, talking about you and me and the games people play.
Holy smokes, another great tune off of that brand new recording, Untitled as of yet. That would make a good name for it. Untitled.
Unknown.
Unknown, untitled. Hey, that's the Mon Valley Push, and again, we're going to be talking with Frank Stetar and not too very long from now. Hey, we want to say hello to some more people that have just joined us. A lot of people that are jumping into the Facebook page. And that, of course, is Joan Yashevich. Joan, well, welcome to you, and hope you are doing well with all the folks down there in PA. As you know, you've probably spoken to Didi, and Didi Ogrodny is going to be one of our guests here in April. And we've got a little tag that we're going to be playing a little bit later to advertise that, and also the day after, because we're going to have a very special broadcast with that. That's going to be a Saturday evening. Due to Dee Dee's schedule with Sundays. So we decided, talked it over, and we're going to be bringing her on a Saturday evening special broadcast at a special time. So please make sure that you keep tuned here to Polkas After Dark. And then that's taking place on April the 2nd, Saturday, and on April the 3rd, the Sunday afternoon, we're going to be talking live with none other than Jan Levon. And we're excited about both of those folks joining us. Jerry, I also want to make mention here real quick that we've got Mr. John Butzek. He's here in the chat room. Also, George Szymanski. George is Michelle's brother. Yeah. We're going to also say hello to Melissa, his lovely missus. It looks like Mark Wozniak is also on here today. So, Mark, thank you for joining us. Also, it looks like Mary Lou Cerniak. Helena is back. Larry Birdsey, Gail Vojtovich, Tony Bialwe. Wow. Mike Reel in the real world. So that's Darlene and Michael. We're going to say hello to all of you guys out in Massachusetts, out in Chicopee, hoping everything is going well. Looks like Ken Nowalski is also here. Let's see. Jerry, do you have any more folks that have joined you over in the chat room over at our broadcast link?
Well, first I want to say hi to Loretta. She's here over there on Facebook, and you must have just missed her because she just popped in.
Oh, okay.
We have Alice Fischler and Chris Curtis, Chris Tansky, Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah. We have Addie Ryeski with us, and Kathy Graves, Ken Juba, Linda P., and Marcia Moscato.
All right.
And Scotch and Donna are over there with me hanging out on YouTube.
Hey, we invite you to take a look over at the YouTube channel. If you're having some issues with the feed over here on Facebook, as sometimes people will say the music gets fast and then it gets slow and then it gets fast again, that's actually not on our equipment. That is something with a buffering over there at Facebook. But please make sure.
I did share the link so that they could just copy the link and get on over to the YouTube today's actual show.
And also, you can paste the link for our broadcast link because we use the same feed from YouTube now over at our broadcast link with a C.
.com.
There you go. Hey, here's Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones. A little bit of Hoy Dig-a-Dig.
Poszedł diabeł na zabawę, wytańcował starą babę. Dziwią się wszyscy święci, jak ten diabeł babą kręci.
Hey, we also want to send a big shout out to Cheryl Gajewski. Cheryl, thanks for popping in here to Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. And let's see, who else did we miss? We missed Chuck Troiani and also Vince Cisnowski.
Diabeł skoka ręką kiwa, wylał całą beczkę piwa. Muzykanci Starsi powiedzieli, jego piero nie zniszczyli. Oj, dyg, 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 dyg.
Well, it looks like Audrey's back again this afternoon, so we want to welcome you once again to Polkas After Dark, Audrey. That's Audrey Palczynski, of course. Also to Ron Punska.
Góry z góry, hec wysoka, skoczył diabeł do potoka, do takiego głębokiego, co nie wyjdzie nigdy z niego.
Oh yeah, the late great Eddie Blazonczyk Sr. and all the Versatones. A little bit of Oi Dig a Dig polka. And if you're just joining us, well, thanks so much for tuning us in. We know there's a lot of places that you could be on a Sunday afternoon, but you have elected to join us. And
Nobody
we are
would want to be anywhere else but with us.
Yeah, well, it's cold. They might want to be in a nice pool or something like that if it's warm weather.
Maybe,
Yeah,
but
like
it's not. It's
Arizona,
cold
California.
and nasty. And
Well,
they can take us in the pool with them.
That's what
we
it
float
is.
well.
You float well. I float like enough. Forget it. Hey, how about a little bit of TBC for all those Brass Connection fans? Here's one called Keep Hanging On Polka. Hey, say hello to Sophie Irene. Thanks for joining us here, kid. Also to Chris Bleasdale.
True love said goodbye, and the world came tumbling down around you. And you think of yesterday and all the fun you had when you were together. And you tell yourself you're surely gonna die if you don't get him back real soon. But if he doesn't love you anymore, there isn't much that you can do. Keep hanging on even though your heart is breaking, and you really don't believe you're gonna make it. Keep hanging on and keep thinking there'll be someone who loves you just the way you thought he did. To sleep at night and find you just can't forget all of these memories. You walk the floor and realize that things just ain't the way they used to be. Then you start to cry and you keep on crying till the morning comes. What good does it do you when he doesn't care if you cry all day long? Keep hanging on even though your heart is breaking, and you really don't believe you're gonna make it. Keep hanging on and keep thinking there'll be someone who loves you just the way you thought he did. Keep hanging on even though your heart is breaking, and you really don't believe you're gonna make it. Keep hanging on and keep thinking there'll be someone who loves you just the way you thought he did.
Hey, that's a little bit of TBC entertaining you on the Sunday afternoon version. That's right, you're tuned to Polkas After Dark. We can't stop saying that, can we?
Nope.
Hey, you know what else we can't stop doing? We can't stop interviewing some fantastic people. And we have another great gentleman here that I have known for quite a while, dating back to, oh gosh, I want to say the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Back in Pennsylvania. Oh, I've got a little bit of a microphone issue. Hang on one second.
Do you realize
There we go.
that it was actually, I came here before we even started dating so that I could pick up one of your CDs for Frank.
Oh,
so
that's right.
That was like even before we started dating.
So that was like 12, 13 years ago. Well, 13 years ago. Holy
Yeah.
smokes, that's crazy.
That's how it all began.
But,
Dun, dun,
but
dun.
you know what's nice is we have the man himself on the telephone right now. Hey, Frank, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you are coming through very, very crystal clear. I don't know what kind of cell phone you have or what kind of coverage, but it sounds like a high-def cell phone, so that's beautiful. Hey, Frank, we want to welcome you, first of all, Jerry and I, to Polkas After Dark. You're definitely no stranger to polka music, that is for sure. How long you been playing, first of all?
Oh, boy. So I think I started playing polkas for the first time with Hank brought me up on stage when I was in college. So I want to say 18 years old.
Now, Hank, we're talking Hank
From Polka Family.
Gazevich. Great.
Yes.
And I'm going to start out with just our basic questions that we slowly go into, but then it kind of like migrates into just about anything that you want to talk about today, because this is your show. This is your half hour, or maybe a little bit longer. But Frank, how old were you when you heard your first polka?
Oh, I think I was younger than I can even remember. That was all we really listened to around the house when I was a kid growing up. So I heard polkas way before I heard any other types of music around the house.
Now, is Stetar a Polish name?
No, I believe it. My dad is Czechoslovakian mainly, but I mean, there's a whole bunch of mix in there. Most of the Polish side is on my mom's side.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. And how old were you when you first picked up your first instrument? And I do want to let folks know that you not only play trumpet, but you play a variety of instruments, don't you?
I do play a little bit of everything. I don't remember how old I was when I first picked up the trumpet, but I know there was a picture of me in a diaper. I was probably 2 years old. It was my dad's trumpet. He used to follow the Versailles around a lot. And
Henny.
yeah, so I remember picking that trumpet up a lot when I was little, and then it disappeared, and then I started playing it again when I was in 5th grade in high school or in elementary school.
Holy smokes. And how many instruments do you play, Frank?
Well, I used to say I played several well, but the trumpet mainly, piano, pipe organ. I used to say I played the drums well until I had my son Stush, so I don't think I play those well anymore.
Well, I got a chance to hear him perform at IPA last year in Cranberry, Pennsylvania, and that, of course, for the folks that are tuned in, that's going to be at the same location this year for
Yes.
Labor Day weekend. We can't wait for that. And you guys are doing a kickoff dance there on Thursday night, so Jerry
We
and
are.
I can't wait to be there. But we heard Stosh play. I heard Stosh play for the first time, and I was literally blown away. I came up to you at the pool party, and I said, "Who's the kid on drums?" And you said, "That's no kid, that's my son." So that was phenomenal. Holy smokes. How long has he been with the group now?
He's been playing off and on with us since he was probably 3 years old. He would sit in for a couple songs on drums, and then when RJ Bogdan was my drummer, he got a job with UPS, and Stush moved into that. But before that, he was Stush also plays concertina, so he played concertina with us a while too.
Okay, great. Do you have a personal preference as to what you like to play, what instrument? You're very good at everything, but I professionally like you on the trumpet, but what do you like to play?
I like to play the trumpet the most.
Do you? Yeah, you can tell. Yeah. You can definitely tell. What was the first band that you played in, Frank?
Ooh, the first band I played in was Eddie and the Night Sounds. Eddie Kubika used to play with Little John and the ATM band, and then he formed his own band. I played drums for them while I was in college.
Okay.
Then I started my band, and then I joined the Versa Jays along with my band, and that's really about it, I think.
Gotcha. And you have several recordings out, which we'll be talking about that in a little bit. Your brand new one, which sounds fantastic. You've got a lot of diversity in this upcoming CD that's soon to be released. I think, when did you say, in March or April?
I hope so.
That's going to be nice. You've got a lot of great tunes. Like I said, a lot of diversity within those tunes and within the instrumentation. Who played the guitar?
So I have a new band member. His name is Steve Ventura. I guess he's really not new. This current group I think I've had most of them for about 5-6 years now. And his name is Steve Ventura. He's a former student of mine when I taught high school, and he's our guitar player. He also sings a good bit, and he switches off on bass too.
Now we have you on our screen here with some pictures from various Facebook sites that we have obtained. And you're also a doctor, are you not? You have a doctorate degree.
I do.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about that.
So I taught high school band for 15 years, and I wanted to keep climbing the ladder in education and move into administration. So I got my PhD in leadership management and administration, thinking I would become a principal or something like that at some point. And then shortly, literally 2 weeks after I graduated with a PhD, I was offered a job at California University of Pennsylvania to be their band director. So that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, fantastic. Do you have any favorite places that you have played or visited throughout the United States and Canada and maybe abroad?
Well, I miss a lot of the places like Theodore's Grove. I miss places like Bayway Polish Home. Those were great places to play.
And you realize, Frank, you're dating yourself right now, right?
I know. But those are the first places that come to mind, and man, they were fantastic.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
I think the most fun we have had playing is St. Stan's in Buffalo for Dingus Day. That is just a fantastic time.
You've been here a couple of times, as a matter of fact, and I was amazed when you rolled in your bus. I didn't know you guys had a bus that you traveled in. Jerry says, "Oh yeah, that's their bus," and I'm looking at it. I said, "Holy smokes, that is great." But yeah, you guys have played alongside Wanda and Stephanie, and also the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars. And it's just great to hear you guys. What is in your schedule? I'm bouncing around with a bunch of stuff because we've got a lot of ground to cover today. But what, where do you like to play besides the Bayway that you were mentioning, St. Stan's? Do you have any other locations maybe that you have either played, you've taken a trip there with the band, or?
I really like doing the Oktoberfest. I try to do different things with my group. We try to do a whole bunch of different things. With having Steve on guitar, that opens a lot more doors for us. So we've been doing a lot more weddings. We've actually done a good bit of traveling to play weddings. But Oktoberfest at breweries are a good time. There's a couple breweries in Pittsburgh that we play at on a regular basis. And then we just got booked at a casino in the Pittsburgh area for a festival in summer too. So that's going to be a beer and wine festival. So we're excited about that.
Oh, nice. Are you able to let us know what that location is and when it's coming about?
So it should be right now on September 10th, and it's going to be at the Meadows Casino right outside of Washington, PA.
Oh, that's great. Is that down off of 70?
Yes.
Interstate 70?
Yes, between 70 and 79.
Gotcha. How about some personal favorites as far as genres of music? What does Frank Stetar listen to when he's not listening to polka music?
That's not very often. I usually listen to polkas to get ideas on things I want to do with my music. Let's see. I do like pop. I like CCR. I like Green Day. I like Mumford & Sons, bluegrass. Anything that's different. It has to be interesting to me because I like crazy chords and things like that because of my background in music training. So it has to grab my interest.
Gotcha. Now you've also recorded quite a few recordings. Tell us what studios have you recorded in and with who?
Okay, so the only bands I've recorded with, the only band I've recorded with is my band, and we've gone to a different studio every time. The first one was at a local studio right 5 miles from my house. They weren't known for polkas. They never really did anything with trumpets and things like that. So I mean that showed in the quality of the trumpet sound, which is why I went a different direction for the second CD. The second CD, I think, was around 2012 or 2011, and for that one, I hired Jeff Malechko, and he drove out to record us, and we actually recorded at the high school that I taught at the time, California High School. We recorded that one in the band room, and this one we are recording at a studio in Charleroi, PA, and my guitar player Steve, he worked there as well, so he got us the connection to go in there and record there.
Now, tell us a little bit about this recent recording, the newest. How many hours has it taken you so far? And you had mentioned that you have a few things to touch up yet, correct?
So I don't know how these bands get in there and can release a CD every year, because it takes me 6 years apparently to do one recording. So God bless them for being able to do it for every year. So we probably have, we started this recording 4 times, I think, and every time we do it, I'm not happy with it. We start again. I know I've recut all of the trumpet tracks personally 4 times, so I'm finally happy with it.
Frank, that's one thing you can't do. You got to record and step away for a little bit. That's we used to call that the prime drive syndrome. Johnny Zalasko, Jay-Z, what a fantastic musician he is, as you know. Talking to him a lot, he said, yeah, you'd go over, you'd listen to stuff, and then you wouldn't like it. You'd want to go in and change it, and then all of a sudden, you didn't like this part, so you want to go in and change that. So I'm sure I can feel your pain through Jay-Z, that's for certain.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. We had issues with the microphones for the trumpets, and that's really what did it. We did it the first time, didn't like the quality of the sound because they sounded like the first recording. So then I talked to Hank Gazevich, and he said, no, you need a ribbon mic. So we did a ribbon mic, but we did it through a tubed preamp. And the first song sounded great. And then as the preamp warmed up, it went back to the original sound. And I didn't check after the first song, so that was my own fault. So 4 times now, but they're finally done. I do have some touching up to do. I want to recut the trumpet solo I did on Red Shoes. Other than that, the whole album is done except for the medley that we're doing.
Okay. Now, the medley, are we talking the Versatone medley that you guys put together, or is this something completely off the charts?
So this one is completely off the charts. So I wrote a medley that is in the same vein as the Sounds doing Up to the Attic.
Okay.
And I think there's 14 or 16 bands on this album, and I thought, with this day and age of technology, I thought it would be fantastic if everybody did their own vocals for their band. So I'm shooting sound files all over the place, and, the people are doing their own vocals, sending them back, and we're adding them in.
Now, tell us a little bit, tell the public a little bit about how that is accomplished, because that's extremely interesting.
So this was a great idea at the time, and the amount of stress and headache trying to get all this done. But so we recorded all of the music, and then I had the engineer chop everything up for every band, and then I put them all literally in a Google Drive folder and shot everybody an email, called them up. Of course, everybody was willing to do it, and they get a file. They download it to their computer. They go to a studio, or some people are just doing it in their homes, and they record their vocal. They send the vocal back. We send the email to the studio. They dump it into the program, and like magic, it's there.
Now, are you able to, or do you want to release some of the people, not all of them, because we want to make it extremely interesting and captivating for those folks out there that are going to go out and order the CD. But can you share with us a few of the artists that are going to be singing on the new one?
Oh, sure. So we have some current people, such as Lenny Gomolka is going to be on there. Junior Blazonczyk is going to be on there for the Versatones, and then we also have some classic bands like the original TPM is going to be on there, and I have 3 of the guys from TPM singing their pieces, so it's going to be a great time.
Wow. That is great. Now, when do you anticipate this actually hitting the airways so people can obtain it, and how are they going to be able to get it?
So my goal was to have it out about 6 months ago, so you can see where I'm at on my schedule again.
Understandable.
But, we have about half of the bands already complete. They've sent me their stuff, so I'm hoping to have everything complete and the final master done by the end of March, pressed by the end of April, and released at the end of April. I'm going to sell on Spotify, Apple iTunes again, and then I'll have the physical CDs as well.
Great. So you'll be able to hand those out to the folks when they're ready to come up and make a purchase when you play some live gigs.
Yes, that's for sure.
I'm sure that some of the festivals, the USPA, the IPA, and any place that you're going to visit, even if you're not playing those particular venues, which you are, as we mentioned, the IPA, but you're going to be able to distribute those to the folks that come up and say, hey, do you have these in your vehicle? And you'll just say yes and take them out to the car, and boom, you're done.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite band, Frank, that you have never performed with or played in, but you wished you would have or could have?
Oh, definitely the Dynatones.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The Dynatones, to me, they were just where I wanted to be and what I envisioned a polka band to be. You know, I'm sorry I never got a chance to perform with them, but I always used to love to see them live. It was just a great time, and the energy that they had on stage was amazing.
Yeah, here. I had the opportunity and the privilege of working with the Dynatones not once but twice throughout my career. Once in the early 80s when I moved up from Pennsylvania to Buffalo, and then I took a brief hiatus, and in 95 went back with Scrubby and Mark in 95, and then I decided to retire from playing drums in 2001. But talk about an experience, just a well-polished machine, let's put it that way.
Yes. I have a live recording that somebody gave me that was with you playing drums with them in Buffalo in 2001, and it's probably the most powerful live recording and best quality live recording I have. And I always laugh because there is a track for The Dark Eyes of Obedic, and there's a break before the last vocal, and you let out a scream that's it's hilarious, but it's amazing, and it just captured the whole power of that piece of music.
Well, thank you. Hey, do you have a most memorable gig that you have played? Now, it could have been someplace where you played for a lot of people, maybe you played for just a small amount of people, but something that was really memorable.
Wow. That's a good question. I think probably the most memorable, was the Vito Park way back in 2005 or 6. It was the first real polka job my band played, and just seeing everybody's reaction to us, it was an amazing experience.
Wow. And about how many folks were there roughly?
I think there were probably about 100, 150 there at the time. That was a very huge place. I don't know if you remember that in Uniontown or not.
No, I don't actually.
It was an ice skating rink on one side, and they had a roller skating rink on the other side, and the bands played in the roller skating rink, and it was huge. It was a massive place, and I'm sorry that they don't still do dances there, but it was a great place to play.
Yeah, and sometimes the acoustics are pretty good in a place like that. You know, you wouldn't think of that because of the high ceilings and the bounce-off effect and everything, but a lot of times you can get some decent acoustics when you're playing something like that.
Yes, for sure.
How about, can you tell me a little bit about who you idolized growing up in the polka music world, or maybe it was a different musician under a different genre?
Wow, that's a great question. So all the musicians I idolized were definitely all polka musicians. Growing up and watching Hank Gazevich play a trumpet who cannot admire that? And Hank was such a great guy, and he was always willing to, give you tips and talk to you. And the other one that I idolized and wanted to play like was David Kish from TPM.
Yeah, Davey.
Yes,
I remember him as well.
Yeah, so he was the other one.
Good set of chops.
Yes. That's
for sure. How about some songs that you've written for any of the recordings? So
RJ Bogdan put it best. he said that I have the ability to take songs and turn them into something they really shouldn't be, but they work. So it's not as much for me of writing original stuff, although I do that. I wrote a couple original tunes. On Murphy's Law, Polka Weekend Blues was a totally original one that I wrote. I wrote an instrumental that I hope to put on the fourth recording, which at this rate is going to be around 2035. But I like taking songs that are very traditional and really putting a unique twist on them. So, such as Yeboshe off of this new recording that you have the tracks to.
Yep.
You know, we try to do something totally different with that tune that nobody else does. And I also like to take songs that really aren't polkas and really shouldn't be polkas and make them into them. And there's a few of those on there as well, such as 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, Rainbow Connection. And doing that really opened the doors for us to get a lot more of the weddings, because the people that are getting married now, they don't want as much of the traditional stuff. So we could do a little bit of everything, and it also helped us get into some of these brewery jobs.
Gotcha. Yeah, the one song that you mentioned, The Weekend, I think we attempted to play that last weekend, and for some reason the song just dumped out towards the end, and Jerry looks at me and she says, "Did you hit the space bar on the player?" And I said, I must have. Let me play it again. And of course I started it over right from the beginning, and sure as heck, bam, it stopped at the same spot on there. Well, I got to call Frank and see if I can't get another copy of that, because I know that it just was something lost in the download. That's all there was to it, because we are fortunate enough to be all electronic now and digital, so we're able to retrieve a lot of that stuff that folks send us via computer, via the internet, and it does happen once in a while where you get a RAM sum check error or a bad CRC, and it just doesn't come through properly. And that must have been one of the songs, because you said on your version everything works well, and you played it and you said, yeah, that should have worked, but unfortunately it didn't. So we'll be anxiously awaiting a copy of that so we can play that in the not too distant future. Hey, do you have a favorite song that you like to play or sing when you're on stage?
Ooh, you ask good questions.
I try.
I think my favorite song that I like to sing, I think, is Father and Mother's Waltz. I really enjoy that song. I think it's fun to play. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I enjoy singing that one. Playing wise, one of the most fun I have playing a polka is None Do I Care For polka. I like our arrangement of it, and it's just a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a great tune. Old Little Wally song.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine that your music career and your training would have taken you to where it has so far today?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I've always dreamed about, playing polkas live and having a band. I never dreamed about being a college band director, so that just took me off guard. It just happened, and I'm very thankful that it happened, because it's a wonderful career. But in playing in the band, I'm on Valley Push, with my son on the drums, that's also something I would never give up. I think it's fantastic to share that experience with him. My younger son plays clarinet with us too on occasion, so to have that experience with them is great. To play with the Versa Jays, that was also a wonderful experience, and trying to figure out harmonies to Henny's lead was that was a challenge.
Well, Henny and Stash, God rest both of their souls. They were just fantastic guys, not only personality-wise, but they'd get up there on stage and kind of read each other's minds, which is something that you have to have in this business. You can't just get up there, write down charts. Sure, you can have the charts in front of you, but you also have to play with feeling, otherwise it loses everything. And that's something that Stash and Henny definitely had. And I never had the opportunity to play with the Versa Jays. That would have been a nice time too. But now also
it was good.
Also, let me ask you this: did you grow up in Pennsylvania, or did you relocate anywhere, or have you been in the same place for?
I have literally been in the same place for 45 years.
Okay.
I grew up in Daisy Town. I moved on top of the hill from Daisy Town for a couple years, and then I moved back into Daisy Town, and I'm still there.
Now, Daisy Town, you're kind of bringing back some memories too, because if I am not mistaken, that is where the Spitaks were from, Judy, Stephen, and Alan.
Yes.
Is
yes.
that correct?
Yes, and I grew up right down the road from them.
Is that right?
I did.
They were some amazing people too.
Oh, yes.
Hey, somebody mentioned that your day job is a little bit of a public office. Is that correct? Do you also hold that title? Or did you?
So I figured out that I have a mental disorder where I am unable to tell people no when they ask me to do things. So, yes, somebody asked me to run for mayor, and we have a community service component to our evaluation at the university. So I ran for mayor, figuring that would up my evaluation, never dreaming that I would win.
Wow.
And I won. So now I'm mayor, and I just got elected for my second term.
Oh, congratulations, Frank. That's truly amazing. So now I see why it's taken you 6 years to put out a recording, because you don't have time to be in a studio with everything else you're involved in. Holy smokes.
That's for sure.
Oh, gosh. Hey, I also wanted to know a little bit about what's in the future for yourself as well as the band.
Oh, boy. I don't know. I never really try to plan. We have a yearly meeting with Mon Valley Push and try to see, what do we want to do? What do we want to focus on? Which direction we want to go? And we pretty much came to the conclusion this year that we don't want to pinpoint and pigeonhole ourselves in any one certain direction. So whatever comes our way, we're going to take it. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of we're doing very good with the weddings. So, I think we want to try to stick with that market, but with the release of this new CD, hopefully we'll get some more polka festival type jobs out of it too. But,
sure.
Whatever happens, happens.
Well, I can say this from experience, is it's not very easy for a polka band to go out and play weddings because of the different genres of music the people do like to hear.
Right.
And it takes a certain caliber of not only musician, but also the band working together as a team, so to speak, to be able to accomplish that. So hats off to you. That's a feather in your cap for the Mon Valley Push.
Thank you.
How about cruises or festivals? Have you ever done any of those?
Have never done a cruise. I think that would be fantastic too, but I've yet to do one. And festival-wise, other than playing Seven Springs in the jam sessions after the regular dances, haven't really ever done any festivals until IPA this past summer.
Okay, because I was going to ask you too, how many festivals or conventions have you done? So that was really your first, huh?
Yes, for
Wow.
sure. Yeah, it was a great time, and it was an honor. I appreciate the opportunity to do that. It was a great time. We had a blast.
Well, the IPA has always selected fantastic bands, and you guys were definitely one of them. We loved hearing you guys at the pool party. I mean, I wish we would have, spent more time with you guys, but we only got the chance to catch the last two sets, and then you guys were packing up, but you and I had the opportunity to stand on the sidelines and chat a little bit, and I'm
Yes.
fortunate that we spent that time together. Hey, also, a couple more questions here before I let you go.
Okay.
And that is, do you have a favorite breakdown story that you were maybe going to a gig? Uh-oh, this is going to be good. I can tell right now with that laugh. Do you have a favorite that you can share with the folks here?
I think there's more stories of us not breaking down than there was breaking down, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, my goodness. There was a period of time where we used my parents' 1986 Winnebago motorhome, and that poor thing sat for probably 10 years. And then when I started the band, they said, well, you could use the motorhome, hook the trailer up to it and go. And I think the Advanced Auto in Erie on Peach Street knew us by name, because every time we came through there, we had to stop and buy a battery, a belt, something. It was just amazing. And then we finally had everything all totally, it was almost brand new.
Wow.
We played up at Sylvan Beach, New York.
Oh, yeah,
and on the way home, yes. And we were about an hour into the trip home, and the trailer tire blew.
Oh.
And I had just about anything you could imagine for spare parts for the motorhome, but did I have a spare tire for the trailer? Nope, didn't.
You are not alone, and I have talked to quite a few people since October of 2020. So soon to approach 2 years already. And you're not the first person to say that they've had everything imaginable that they've needed, but a spare tire for the trailer. Now, also, where do you put a spare tire for the trailer? Do you bury it all the way up towards the front of the vehicle and then pack your instrument? I mean, really?
Right.
Well, because you're not going to take it out and leave it out, and then somebody ends up, hey, well, did you pack the spare tire? What spare tire? The one that was the one that we took out of here to load the equipment in. Oh, geez. And finally, Frank, I want to ask you this. If you were to talk with a musician that wants to get started in any genre of music to go out and play professionally, what advice would Frank Stetar give them before they stepped on stage?
Well, I would just say first, never give up. If this is what you want to do, you got to do it, and just don't listen to what anybody else says if they want to be negative about it. But follow your dreams, do what you want to do, and have fun with it. And everybody there is there for the same reason.
Well, that's good. Good advice, most definitely. Hey, Frank, I can't believe we've been talking already. It is 6 p.m. I want to thank you so much, not only for your friendship over these years, but also for your fantastic musicianship and personality on the stage, but also for letting us share your brand new release. And I can't wait to get the full copy of everything.
You definitely will.
Now, the final question. Have you decided on a name for the new CD yet?
So I think some of the guys came up with the name, and they want to call it From Fritz's Garage, because we practice in my grandfather's garage, and they wanted to call it that for a tribute for him.
Oh, wow, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, and maybe have a couple of pictures on the inserts of on the tray cards.
Yes.
Of the CD, of some pictures of the garage, and maybe you said your grandfather, right?
Yes.
Wow, that would be awesome. It really would.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that comes to fruition, and you guys do name it with that, but From Fritz's Garage, that's great. Hey, I'm going to play a song right now that I told you that I really, really loved, and I've always loved this song going way back when it first came out. It is a song that was sung by Kermit the Frog. However, your version is not even close to Kermit, but I will say this. It's a wonderful version, and here's one for everybody to listen to. Here's one called The Rainbow Connection. Frank, thanks so much. Love you, buddy. You take care.
Thank you, Sam.
And we will see you soon.
Thank
you. Seem to be having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we always have something to fall back on, so let's go ahead and let you guys hear about this.
Labor Day weekend brings another annual IPA convention and festival, and Thursday, September 1st is the kickoff of the big weekend with Western Pennsylvania's hottest polka band, the Mon Valley Push. 7 p.m. at the Cranberry Elks Lodge, Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. A cash bar will be available for your favorite beverages, so no BYOB. For tickets, table reservations, and details, contact Chris Bogdan at 412-260-9725. That's 412-260-9725, or email Chris at bogdanfamily.com. That's Chris at BOGDON family.com. Don't miss the 54th annual IPA Convention kickoff party with the Mon Valley Push. 7 p.m. on Thursday, September the 1st at the Cranberry Elks Lodge, 20720 Route 19, Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. For tickets, table reservations, and details, contact Chris Bogdan at 412-260-9725.
And here's your tune, folks.
About rainbows, what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide.
tell me that your feet weren't tapping and everybody out there was singing the words to this song. It's just so catchy.
I kept waiting for Kermit to come across the screen.
But I love the syncopation in there too.
Yeah.
It's nice. You know, it's not just a standard
Really
flow. It flows well. Don't get me wrong, but I just love the syncopation. And being a drummer, and playing bass, that's kind of the things that we really love to hear. Hey,
Unique.
Frank, once again, hats off to you. Go ahead.
I've said it was very unique.
Yeah, it really was. He's got some great tunes off of there. And he mentioned you were away from the microphone here during the interviews. But he mentioned that they're thinking about calling it Polkas from Fritz's Garage or something to that effect. His grandfather's garage is where the band practiced.
Really?
So what a great tribute to Grandpa that's going to be. I do hope that they stay with that because, Frank, that is an awesome name. And he said, maybe they'd throw some pictures in of the garage and also of Grandpa. So what a great interview.
Cool.
He's a plethora of information.
Yes,
I will say that. And very knowledgeable, very talented guy. Hey, he mentioned some more talented folks. And that is Henny and the Versajays. And we've got a song that is off of one of their recordings. And here is one called Pappy's Polka. Here's Henny and the Versajays.
Jedź na dolinie, hamuj, ty masz nie, dziewczyno, szanuj się, nie szanuj, ty masz nie, dziewczyno, szanuj się, nie szanuj. Dole na samym klepicku, chciałem pocałować, dostałem po pisku, chciałem pocałować, dostałem po pisku.
Join Rob and Jerry for a powerhouse weekend on Polkas After Dark as they interview two of the finest polka personalities in the business. Saturday, April 2nd, they'll be talking with D.D. O'Grudney, live from Nashville, Tennessee. Then, on Sunday, April 3rd, they're proud to present the world-famous Jan Levon.
Little disco, little polka, you can sing. Gucci polka, little disco, little
Keep tuned to Polkas After Dark, now streaming live on YouTube. For more details to come, it's Polkas After Dark.
Yes, sirree, and we cannot wait for that weekend, folks, and we sure hope that you join us. We mentioned that Saturday we're going to be talking with D.D. O'Grudney on April the 2nd. We will let you know as we get closer the particular time that she is going to be appearing on the broadcast. And then Jan Levon joins us on April the 3rd. That's the Sunday afternoon, and that will be the normal schedule, 5:30 until 6 p.m. or whatever time we want to decide to say, hey, Jan, okay, that's enough, which he's got a lot of information for us.
Say you booked the flight and you be leaving. Is it business? Is it pleasure? Is it both? And they say that you'll be landing in New England. What a perfect time of year you chose to go. The weather's fine out there this time of year is lovely, with all the color and the mountainside to view. And the people there are friendlier than ever. So to fit right in, here's what you've got to do. Say hello to someone in Massachusetts. Tip your hat to every lady that you meet. Shake a hand, you'll make a fan in Massachusetts. That New England old-time custom can't be beat. Say hello to someone in Massachusetts. Tip your hat to every lady that you meet. Shake a hand, you'll make a friend in Massachusetts. That New England old-time custom can't be beat. So they say you've never been to Massachusetts. Are you ready to be pleasantly surprised? Between the scenery and the folks in Massachusetts, all the beauty you just won't believe your eyes. Home of the University of Massachusetts, the Boston Red Sox, Patriots, T-Ball Hall of Fame. Just talk the talk and walk the walk in Massachusetts. Soon they all will know and call you by your name. Say hello to someone in Massachusetts. Tip your hat to every lady that you meet. Shake a hand, you'll make a friend in Massachusetts. That New England old-time custom can't be beat. Say hello to someone in Massachusetts. Tip your hat to every lady that you meet. Shake a hand, you'll make a friend in Massachusetts. That New England old-time custom can't be beat.
Nice yawn. That was
Thank you.
professional.
That was so professional.
Here, let me just.
I was trying to get better.
While I'm on the camera.
I was trying to do it to get all the oxygen I could for reading the advertisements I'm going to read.
Didn't work. Nice try, but didn't work.
I'm tired. I had a long day.
Yeah. Should we tell the folks how you spent your morning?
You mean when I was supposed to be playing with my cricket?
Yeah, with your new
go ahead.
cricket
You
that
can
you
tell
got
them
for
all
Christmas.
about it.
No, that's fine. Why don't you share that real quickly? No, I will, because I tell the story
You
a
tell
lot
it so much better.
Okay, so she wakes me up this morning at about 9 o'clock, and she said, "Hey, what time were you in the refrigerator last night?" And I said, "You know what? I don't remember getting up and going to the refrigerator. Why?" And she said, "Well, I walked into the kitchen and the refrigerator door was open. So guess what this one was doing this morning? She was emptying out all of the food that was no good. So guess what we're going to do at 7:05 after we're done this afternoon?"
We're
Yep, that's
going
right.
shopping.
We're going grocery shopping. at the local tops. Maybe we'll run into Judy. Who knows? But go ahead and mention the folks that are running some nice dances at the Pulaski Club and also the CPA and USPA. You need to yawn again?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
You could always bring up the piece of paper, and then yawn real quick. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Okay. The Pulaski Club presents 2022 Way Out West Polka Dance featuring The Beat, February 19th and 20th, Saturday night from 5 to 9, Sunday 2 to 6. Doors open 1 hour before the event. It's only $15 at the door. Kids under 12 are free. Table reservations of 8 or more. You can contact Nickel City Dave at 602-741-8214. There is a kickoff party on Friday night, the 18th, for a meet and greet sponsored by the International Polka Association with the variety sounds of DJ Nickel City Dave at 6 p.m. Free admission, CD giveaways, polka trivia, dancing, polka jam, bar food, snacks, and drink specials all night long. This is a non-BYOB affair. The Pulaski Club has a full bar available, and a Polish kitchen will be available. Hotel reservations can be made at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Phoenix Airport North, 1515 North 44th Street in Phoenix, Arizona. You can call them at 602-358-0909. Ask for reservations, #Pulaski Club, or you can go to www.hiphoenixsuites.com.
hiphoenixsuites.com. Why don't you do that one again just to make sure?
www.hiphoenixsuites.com.
Okay, well that was good.
Yeah, hi.
Now spell cat.
See. And again, you can reach out to Dave for more information. Telephone number for him is 602-741-8214. Saturday, February 26, 2022, CPA and USPA join up for a dance. 2 hearts, 1 love, and that is polka music. Music will be provided by the New Tones from Pennsylvania. It will be held at the Holy Spirit Party Center, 5500 West 54th Street, Parma, Ohio, 44129. That is between Snow and Brook Park Roads. Doors open at 5 p.m. Music 6 to 10. Donation is only $13. 18 and under are free. No BYOB. Food and beverages available. Snacks are welcome. All CDC and Health Department guidelines will be followed.
Beautiful. Well, great. You got through that okay. You know what's funny?
I didn't yawn.
Dave Lasowski is saying Snow and Brook Park. Snow and Brook Park. Now, where is that?
No, he's not. He said he knows exactly where it is.
Of course he does. Hey, here's a band you're going to be hearing out in Arizona this month. Check them out at the Phoenix Pulaski Club. Here's Michael Costa and The Beat.
I've got music in my heart 'cause love is singing, and the sweet sound of your voice keeps me believing. You brought happiness that sets our world apart, and that's what makes the music in my heart. I've got love and arms to hold me night and day, and your angel kiss to keep my blues away. My tears have stopped before they ever start, and that's what makes the music in my heart. Everybody! I've got music in my heart 'cause love is singing, and the sweet sound of your voice keeps me believing. You brought happiness that sets our world apart, and that's what makes the music in my heart. what makes the music in my heart.
Hey, Michael Costin, The Beat. We refer to that band as 3.0. And what a kick, I won't say it, KA band that those guys are for certain. Hey, if you're just joining us, well, you just missed Frank Stetar from Daisytown, California, Pennsylvania, actually, with the Mon Valley Push, his interview. But you're able to watch that a little bit later on YouTube. So by all means, go over to YouTube. Just type in Polkas After Dark in the search, and you'll be able to find that interview. Just look up Frank Stetar interview. Hey, just a reminder, there is no broadcast, or no interview, I should say, next week, Sunday. Jerry and I may hop on here and do something a little bit before that big game that's going to be broadcasted.
What are you doing, air quotes?
Everybody, huh?
Big game. It is a big game.
It is a big game, yeah.
There's no air quotes needed there.
I'm not allowed to say what it is, so it's
still
just
a big
the
game.
Big game. All right. Hey, then on, let's see, Sunday, February the 20th, guess who we get a chance to talk to? Mr. Joe Michelik from Buffalo, New York. You guys remember him from the 1960s TV show Pick a Polka that was broadcasted here in the Buffalo, New York area. We also have a lot of great things coming up with some more individuals. And let's see here. On February the 27th, Mr. Dennis Motika takes the microphone over, and we're going to be talking to him from Chicago, Illinois. He's with the Good Times Band, of course. On March the 6th, guess what? We've got Mark Jansen. We're kidnapping him and bringing him on from Frankenmuth, Michigan. He's going to be talking all about the Summer Music Fest this year and past years of some of the great times that everybody has had out there, including Mike Reel, Mike and Darlene and Michael. Everybody was out there. They just had a blast this past year. And let's see, he, of course, was playing with the Brass Express for quite a long time. Then on March the 13th, we've got Whitey Rignetz coming up. He's living in Chicago, Illinois, but he originally played with the Dynatones. Him and who's that guy that plays clarinet? He was from Buffalo. He's living in Gray, Georgia now. What the heck is that guy's name?
He's that guy that hangs out in the chat room every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, Eddie Skachillis. That's right. Him and Eddie Skachillis were with the original Dynatones, so he's going to be talking a little bit about that, as well as his days with Marion Lush and the White Eagles. And then speaking of Marion Lush and the White Eagles, on March the 20th, Michael Stupinski is going to be joining us, also from Chicago, Illinois, and Mikey has a huge musical career as well. So he's going to be chatting with us on March the 27th. That's a to be determined. And then we've got the Powerhouse Weekend coming up with Didi Ogrodny on April the 2nd, direct from Nashville, Tennessee. She, of course, played with Henny and the Versa Jays from Pennsylvania. And also on April the 3rd, the day after, that's right, we're going to have back-to-back interviews, which is going to be fantabulous. And that is coming up April the 3rd with Mr. Jan Levon from West Palm Beach, Florida, the Jan Levon Orchestra. He has done some amazing stuff with the kids there down in that area with training, playing piano, just doing amazing stuff with them. There was a beautiful video that he shared with us, and I'm sure you can go to Jan Levon's Facebook page and see that exact thing. Okay. Do we have anybody else that we want to make mention of before?
Scotch had said checkpoint, and Audrey said no checkpoints here.
No, not on Sundays.
And Scotch said, checkpoint at Jerry's fridge. Door was left open. I guess I should have checked it.
Holy Scotch. Come on, man. Really? Do you have to do that? Here's Bruno Mikos and the Harmony Stars. That polka feeling polka. Hey, we thank you so much for joining us right here on a Sunday afternoon. Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link.
With a C.
.com, and also broadcasting live on YouTube as well as
Facebook.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning from an something to help me start my day. As I jump out of the shower, I begin to feel the power when I hear that happy trumpet starts to play. I get a happy honky polka feeling deep inside my soul, a special little part of me that no one can control. This music is a friend of mine, it always makes me smile. I guess I'm gonna have this happy feeling for a while. Honky polkas make you move, put you in a polka groove. It's the kind of sound that's sent from up above. When I'm down and feeling sad, honky polkas make me glad that I'm playing all the music that I love. I get a happy honky polka feeling deep inside my soul, a special little part of me that no one can control. This music is a friend of mine, it always makes me smile. I guess I'm gonna have this happy feeling for a while.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of Bruno Mikos and the Harmony Stars right there. What a great tune that is. Hey, we're hoping to maybe get Bruno up here for an interview at some point in time this year. We're in talking stages with a bunch of folks. And if there's somebody special that you'd like us to interview that we have not yet interviewed, please make sure that you give us a shout. And you can send us an email at polkasafterdark@gmail.com. So that's polkasafterdark@gmail.com. We'd love to know who you would love to hear from on our interviews with our favorite musicians of all times. Hey, we had a couple of requests for this. We're going to send it out to Eddie Rajewski, Gail Wojtovich, and all of the Buffalo Polka Boosters. Here's the late Eddie Bozanchek, a little bit of an obedic one called Boom Sik Sik Dana.
Czekał nas Ignac, zasłon Jadwigą. Dana, moja kochana, on życzył sobie, by przyszła sama. Bo kiedy tylko on się z nią spotka, to zaraz za nią idzie jej matka. Cyk, cyk, dana, moja kochana, czemu tu z tobą musi być mama? Nareszcie idzie ładnie ubrana, podgórnie bierzmi, bo idzie sama. Cyk, cyk, dana, moja
Hey, hello to Mr. Ivan Mayers out there in Hamburg.
przyszła sama. Opa!
Hey, that's the late great Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones, senior on the vocal. One of your favorite tunes as well as ours. Hey, speaking of favorites, here's Jackie Libera, Till the End of the World Rolls Around, Dennis Polisky's Maestro's Men.
I'll keep on loving you as long as the sun goes up and comes down and the big blue sky comes down to the ground. Long as the world goes round and around, I'll keep on loving you. I tried to sail the sea of life, I sailed my boat alone. Your love meant nothing to me, dear, my heart was made of stone. In a harbor full of loneliness, my empty thought was more. But the day that I met you, I fell right overboard. Till the end of the world rolls round, I'll keep on loving you as long as the sun goes up and comes down and the big blue sky comes down to the ground. Long as the world goes round and around, I'll keep on loving you. Whenever you're around me, dear, my heart just won't be still. When it comes to kissing you, I'll never get my fill. They say I'd never settle down, that I would always roam, that I could never be the type for a loving wife and home. Till the end of the world rolls round, I'll keep on loving you as long as the sun goes up and comes down and the big blue sky comes down to the ground. Long as the world goes round and around, I'll keep on loving you. So now I know the way I felt was only selfish pride. I thought my heart was fireproof, but you burn your way inside. So tell me what I've got to do and tell me how it stands. Cards are on the table, dear, my life is in your hands. Till the end of the world rolls round, I'll keep on loving you as long as the sun goes up and comes down and the big blue sky comes down to the ground. Long as the world goes round and around, I'll keep on loving you.
Hi, this is Richie Dombrowski of the Polka Country Musicians, inviting you to join us for the 7th annual Ocean Beach Park Polka Days, taking place at beautiful, sunny Ocean Beach Park in New London, Connecticut, June 22nd to June 25th, 2022. Yours truly, the Polka Country Musicians, will once again be your host band as we bring you some of the nation's finest polka bands. This year, joining us at Ocean Beach will be the Boys, Polka Family Band, John Godat and Godate, Matt's All-Stars, the Dynabrass, the Newtones, Eddie Foreman Orchestra, the Beat, the Maestro's Men, Lenny Gomolka and Chicago Push, the Energy Reunion, and of course, yours truly, the Polka Country Musicians. We'll get this party started once again on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. on the boardwalk with PCM, and music will continue Thursday through Saturday in the Picnic Pavilion during the day and in the ballroom all evening long. For tickets, hotel info, and questions or additional information, please visit our website at www.oceanbeachparkpolkadays.com and follow us on Facebook at Ocean Beach Park Polka Days. It's going to be a great time at Ocean Beach Park Polka Days 2022, and we're excited to be back. You don't want to miss it. We hope to see you all at the beach.
And we hope to see everybody at the beach this year. Here's the actual song that was playing in the background. Here's PCM one called Roads We Travel. Send a big shout out to Jan Dressler. Welcome, Jan. Also, Mike Gartler, we're going to send a tune out to you, and also to Anna.
Sometimes around here, so as I go on my way, in the blue skies up above, and clouds turn to gray. Up runs through my mind, and it settles in my soul. Makes for a better day, and it eases up my load. As we come on our way, then I faith is strong. When the music plays, then it can't be so long. Forward to the day when we'll all be along. Once again, together for fun, we'll gather in a special place in the roads we travel. Yeah, I know there'll be times when your head is hanging low. When the brighter days ahead. Keep on the faith, keep moving on. Let the music come and take you to that special place again.
Yeah, there's a little bit of polka country, PCM. Jerry, why don't you hit some more folks in the chat room? We want to also say hello to Steve Gramala once again.
Okay, I gotta get in there. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's all right.
I was playing with stuff.
Okay, do your job.
All right, we have Basha
Hold on. You can move the red 8 under the black 9.
No.
No?
No, I was working.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was labeling songs.
Oh, gotcha.
With live. You know how we have all those live?
Yeah.
I was busy cataloging.
Oh,
There we
cataloging.
go.
That's kind of
Cataloging.
cool. Cataloging.
We have Basha Lynn with us.
Yeah, Basha and
Okay. And Carol Barron and Chris Curtis, Chris Tansky, Donna Zielinski, with Teresa and Sarah, Kathy Graves, Ken Juba, Les and Alice Kapushchinsky, and Marcia Moscato. Scotch and Donna are hanging with me over on YouTube, as well as Audrey. And she said she sent that picture for me, so that's cool.
Cool. We got Mark Swoger in here. Let's see. Danny Roy is back again today. It looks like Mr. Paul Petruha has stopped in. Paul, thank you for popping your head in here at Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. Hey, we hope Sophie is coming home real soon. I think you mentioned that she was going to be on her way. You were going to be picking her up possibly this week. So God bless her, and we hope that she's home in loving arms once again. Also, speaking of loving arms, John Subcheck and Marge, they requested a song yesterday that we unfortunately didn't get to. So why don't we try to get to it right now? And I'm just trying to find it here. I had it just a couple of minutes ago. Couple seconds ago. I know what it is. It's right here. It's a waltz, usually done up by Eddie Blazonczyk Sr., but here's one by Boxon called White Roses. Also say hello to Mr. Kenny Brandt. He's here with us today. And of course, musical Mark Swoger out of North Tonawanda, city of North Tonawanda in New York.
Mam w ogrodzie swoim piękne rusiewie, dziewczyno dla ciebie. Mam w ogrodzie swoim piękne rusiewie, dziewczyno. Ja
siree. We didn't get a chance to play that yesterday, John and Marge, but that one goes out to you guys down in the villages of Florida. Want to know how you guys bowled? They were bowling, I think, last night once again. Talked to John on, let's see, yeah, it was Saturday morning yesterday. Gosh, these days are just going through so quickly.
They are.
I cannot believe it myself.
Chris Tansky, want to wish you a very good week as well, and thank you. I will enjoy the visit with my mom. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's right. Jerry's not going to be here next weekend, Saturday, or this coming weekend, Saturday, but you will be back on Sunday.
I will be back
sometime
Sunday
for the big game, because we're going to be watching that. And
hopefully we can do something before. I'm coming back early enough where we should be able to do a pre-game kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll jump in and do about an hour or an hour and a half or so.
Just some really cool music. And
hey, you know what's some really cool music?
What's that?
What we're going to be playing right now with
Which is?
Lenny Live. It's a tune called Holiday in Poland.
Nice.
And my favorite drummer plays this. The guy usually plays trumpet, but he played drums on this recording, if I'm not mistaken. But check this out, guys. Yeah. Mr. Petruha's on the drums, and he just alluded to the fact that Mom is home. Yay, she's doing great. Stay well, Sophie. And Helena just jumped in and said, husband's favorite waltz. That must have been White Roses.
There you go, one called Holiday in Poland. Polka.
How about Mr. Dan Gurry to do a song for all those bowlers down there in Florida? Here's one called Bowl Bowlobetic.
Let's go bowling. 16 pounds is what you're throwing. Throw it straight. I hope you're able, or it may land on someone's table. Bowl, bowl, bowl. When you're bowling down the alley, you'll be strolling. Throw your ball into a gutter. Have a beer, then have another.
Hey, we're going to say hello to Karen and Tom.
Bowl a good game or a bad one. All that counts is that you had fun. To bowl good, there's many theories. I bowled 200, what a series. I can score for a pro bowler. He rolled strikes, he was a roller. He checked the score, said,
Where's the exit?
I said, I thought they lived in Texas. Exercise while playing games, especially in between the frames. Eat the peanuts, drink the brewski, you'll feel good, so have a few ski. Bowl for fun or bowl for money, bowl with friends or with your honey. There's one thing I think you'll see it, you'll have fun, I guarantee it.
Well, will you look at the time already? Holy smokes, it's almost 7 o'clock. Yeah, we're going to go maybe till about a quarter after for you guys. Here's Dennis Motica's Good Times. This is Jerry's favorite song. It's one called Kick in the Brass.
After we play this polka, we hope that you will soon add it to your list of all-time favorite polka tunes. The melody is quite simple, with a beat that's not too fast. And when we stop our singing, we will kick in the brass, kick in the brass, kick in the brass. We get our kicks with a polka fix. Let's kick in the brass, kick in the brass, kick in the brass. We get our kicks with a polka fix. Let's kick in the brass.
Hey, don't forget to catch all the polka shows out there on the internet. You've got polkajammernetwork.org, 247polkaheaven.com, and what you're seeing there, a little ad, a little quickie for the Polish Newcastle radio and all the kids over there.
Polka's got some flavor. The brass starts out the song. Let's put your hands together. If you like, just sing along. Now when we play this polka and you hear the trumpets blast, we know you're gonna like it, or we'll kick you in the brass, kick in the brass. We get our kicks with a polka fix. Let's kick in the brass, kick in the brass, kick in the brass. We get our kicks with a polka fix. Let's kick in the brass, kick in the brass, kick in the brass. Kick in the brass, kick in the brass.
Make plans now to attend the 54th Annual International Polka Association's Convention and Festival, Labor Day weekend, September 2nd through the 4th, at the Pittsburgh Cranberry Hilton Doubletree Hotel in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Enjoy 3 fun-filled days, including a welcome party, the prestigious Hall of Fame and Music Awards banquet, pool parties, election of officers and directors, performances by Hall of Famers, and polka entertainment featuring some of the nation's top polka bands, featuring Lenny Gomulka and Chicago Push, the Dynabrass, the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars, the Jack Taddy Band, the IPA Tribute Band, Michael Costa and the Beat, Klansnick and Friends, John Gura and Gurale, the Polka Country Musicians, New Generation, 7, the Boys, Cosmics, and the New Tone. Get all the details on room reservations and more by visiting the IPA family online on Facebook and at IPAPolkas.com. Don't miss the 54th Annual International Polka Association's Convention and Festival, Labor Day weekend, September 2nd through the 4th at the Pittsburgh Cranberry Hilton Doubletree Hotel in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Get all the details at IPAPolkas.com.
IPAPolkas.com, and as our good friend Brian Urbanczyk says, it's in Mars, Pennsylvania. Here's one for Brian and Kayla. They do a fantastic job over there on 247polkaheaven.com. Make sure you get a chance and catch their broadcasts.
Rodacy, jedziemy do Polski, zobaczymy miasta, zobaczymy wioski, zobaczymy miasta, zobaczymy wioski, zobaczymy boskie góry i doliny, zobaczymy miły nasz kraj rodziny, zobaczymy miły nasz kraj rodziny. Przecież jak to miło zobaczyć krewnego albo przyjaciela, dawno znajomego, albo przyjaciela, dawno znajomego. Przecież Polska nasza, droga ukochana, oczekuje na nas, jak matka kochana, oczekuje na nas, jak matka kochana.
Hey, let's go down memory lane with a little bit of Scrubby and the Dynatones. Here's one featuring Scrubby on accordion. Yes, accordion. Here's one called Forever Polka.
Let me be the one you love forever. We can make it work out fine together. Say you love just only me, my heart is yours to keep. Let me hold you in my arms forever, forever. I just had to let you know I love you. I could never place no one above you.
Hey, also once again for Sue and Dolly.
My heart is yours to keep. You and me and you forever, forever. Let me be the one you love forever. We can make it work out fine together. Say you love just only me, my heart is yours to keep. Let me hold you in my arms forever, forever.
Yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie. Forever Polka. That is off the Buffalo is a Polka Town recording, one featuring Scrubby on the accordion, which Scrubby didn't play accordion too much live on jobs. Or at least, who is that?
Roger Kane.
Roger Kane from Michigan. Hey, Raj, we haven't seen you in quite a while.
He is over on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Hey, we also want to remind you guys, if you're on YouTube, that's great. If you're not on YouTube, go over and visit Polkas After Dark and click the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. We'd love to have you be a subscriber here. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And you will then be able to jump in to the YouTube chat room, which, like Jerry and I have been talking over the last couple of weeks, we're thinking about maybe consolidating everything over to YouTube because, A, the quality is much greater as far as the audio and the video. No skips, usually, no stutters. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. That's not going to happen this week or next. Maybe the week after. No.
We definitely got to advertise this one next week.
What's that?
That's the New Year's Eve extravaganza. The weekend extravaganza.
New Year's Eve or weekend?
It's the weekend.
The weekend extravaganza.
Yeah, for the Puko Yashu.
Wait, what?
Puko Yashu.
Okay, well, let's see. That says Saturday, December 31st?
Yeah, it's the New Year's one that Yash sent over.
Oh, no, wait a second. Hold on a minute. Is this the brand new for this year? I'm thinking we're only...
This is the one for 2022 into
why don't you go ahead and mention that, and I am going to go ahead and see if I can't do some fancy manipulating here. Since we're going to be on here for a little bit with you folks, go ahead and take your time reading that.
All right. New Year's Eve weekend extravaganza. Saturday, December 31st. That's the one coming up, not the one that just passed. Yes, he did. He did it on that message we were going back and forth on. So
send it to me, please.
I'm sure he heard you. Could you send it to Robin, please, so he can play with it?
That'll help.
On Saturday night, the 31st, it's going to be Mikey Costa and the Beat, as well as polka country musicians. There's dinner at 5:30, music and dancing 7 to 1. Cash bar ticket price is only $125 per person. 16 and under are $60. 2-day pass is $140 per person. And there is a reservation deadline of 10/1/22. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
There's the dinner menu on here. And then Sunday, January 1st, will also be Mikey Costa and the Beat, as well as Polka Family. And that dance starts at, the doors open at 1, music and dancing from 2 to 8, and admission is $25. I'm trying to read the little print here.
The little print.
There's
room
print information on here.
Okay.
You
know, we're going to have to get a hold of that flyer.
GJ parties on Friday, December 30th from 9 to midnight, Saturday, December 31st from 1 to 3, and Sunday, January 1st from 10 until 1 p.m. There's also golf fun, Top Golf Fun, on Saturday, the 31st from 10 until 1. All the prices are on there. It's going to be a great, 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 great time. And it is going to be in...
Where?
I'm reading. At the Embassy Suites, 5800 Rockside Woods Boulevard in Independence, Ohio.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a whole lot of fun. And I apologize for breaking it up the way I did. But you can get more information by contacting Jeff Yosh at 518-281-1587.
I know him.
Or Mike Pukowski at 908-209-9843.
Give those numbers again.
Okay. Mike's is 908-209-9843. And Jeff Yosh is 518-281-1587. And that is going to be an awesome, awesome time.
Yeah, you betcha. Hey, here's a song by Freddie K.
Szumiały lasy, a dzisiaj wszystko uciła. Gdzie się podziały wesołe czasy, uciekłe oni zakryło. Hej ty bracie, jeszcze jednego, pośmiech zagląda do okna twego. Skoro się skończy to nasze życie, skończy się praca, skończy się picie. Wypij to piwo z kufla małego, laseczki wino czerwony, to kwarty Boga z dwoce twojego, za lata tutaj zwiedzone. Hej wy bracie, jeszcze jednego, pośmiech zagląda do okna twego. Skoro się skończy to nasze życie, skończy się praca, skończy się picie. Wesoło wszyscy dzisiaj hulajcie, o dobre zdrowie proszę was. Na zdrowie twoje hej zawołajcie i zaśpiewajmy jeszcze raz. Hej wy bracie, jeszcze jednego, pośmiech zagląda do okna twego. Skoro się skończy to nasze życie, skończy się praca, skończy się picie.
How about a little bit of Kevin Adams to take us on out here? We got a couple more songs coming up, folks, since you're sticking around.
I'm not much for looking back, but I got to thinking just the other day. All the places I have been, and all the things I've seen along the way. Many places I have been, and yet there's so much more to see. Let me share with you some place that means so much to me. I've got Minnesota on my mind. I keep it in my heart so I can go there anytime. There's nothing like the northern wind that goes through the pines. I've got Minnesota on my mind. It seems like only yesterday that I was a young boy growing up in northern Minnesota and dreaming of where life would take me. My first musical experiences were with the Polish Express, Joe Zerniak's Polka Dots, and the Dobuzinski Brothers and the Cavaliers. We took that drive down I-35 to play at some of the beautiful ballrooms near the Twin Cities, Majestic, Withrow, Bellray, and Medina, being influenced by bands such as the Jolly Brothers, Tommy Mrozinski and his Elia Torek Ensemble, and Billy Zerniak's Polka Soul. My musical path led me away from Duluth to an opportunity to be on stage with my boyhood heroes Eddie B. and Lenny Gomolka, as well as other Hall of Famers Dick Pillar and Eddie Skinger. Yet I carry a piece of that Minnesota history everywhere I go. I'll never forget the good times back then, which is why I proudly say, I've got Minnesota on my mind. I keep it in my heart so I can go there anytime. There's nothing like the northern wind that goes through the pines. I've got Minnesota on my mind.
Hey, make way for Jimmy K off his 50 years celebration recording. Here's one called Memories to Burn.
Lady, lately you've been getting under my skin. I hope I don't have to say, there she goes again. Please don't be another lesson that I'll have to learn, 'cause I've got memories to burn. Please don't make me have to think about you when you're gone. I've had enough to think about before you came along. If you're just making memories, you'll have to wait your turn, 'cause I've got memories to burn. Lady, lately, maybe you've been stringing me along, but if you plan on writing to me after you're gone, just address your letter to whom it may concern, 'cause I've got memories to burn. Please don't make me have to think about you when you're gone. I've had enough to think about before you came along. If you're just making memories, you'll have to wait your turn, 'cause I've got memories to burn.
Hey, we've got John Gura to take us all the way out here this afternoon. We want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by Polkas After Dark. As we always say, thanks so much if you've been listening in your car.
Thanks for the ride.
We'll see you guys next week, Saturday.
Education out behind the barn. I'm not a fool and no siree. Passed each examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. My pappy used to tan my hide out behind the barn. He taught me to be dignified out behind the barn. When he took that strap to me and turned me down across his knee, he sure did hurt my dignity out behind the barn. I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. Passed each examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. I smoked my first cigarette out behind the barn. That's one day I won't forget out behind the barn. I got sick, you should have seen how that tobacco turned me green. I almost died from nicotine out behind the barn. I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. Passed each examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. I met a pretty girl one day out behind the barn. She wanted me to stay and play out behind the barn. She taught me how to kiss and pet. That's one game I won't forget. I wish we played that same game yet out behind the barn. I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. Passed each examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. Oh, I wish that I could go again. examination of